Coming up tonight on Murrow News 8, a special report on WSU's active shooter and gun policy.
Also, women's basketball rocks Beasley Coliseum.
And with finals right around the corner, maybe a nice massage could help relieve some stress. Those stories and more tonight on Murrow News 8.
From Studio B on the campus of Washington State University, this is Pullman's only nightly newscast. This is Murrow News 8.
Good evening. I'm Hannah Ray Lambert.
And I'm Colby Crosley. Thanks for joining us tonight.
The National Weather Service downgraded today's windstorm severity. Yesterday, the NWS issued a high wind warning that would reach 60 miles per hour. But today, winds reached only 35 miles per hour with gusts up to 55. The National Weather Service said the constant rain raises chances of trees uprooting. The high wind warning ended at 4 p.m. Flooding, mudslides, and power outages were making it a tough Wednesday for people across western Washington. Some people had to be rescued from the rising waters, and some were advised to evacuate. On top of all this, more rain is headed for King County tomorrow.
Snoqualmie right here has gone to phase 4, which is the highest flood alert level. Green and Tolt phase 3, the Cedar phase 2, as well as Issaquah Creek. Though the worst seems to have passed, the water is still coming down from the hills. So don't let the blue skies fool you.
Today in Chicago, people protested to have Mayor Rahm Emanuel removed. Our own Wensong Sui is in the newsroom with the details.
That's right, Colby. The protests in Chicago continue to impact the city. Let's take a look.
As I said the other day, I own it. I take responsibility for what happened because it happened on my watch.
Couple hours after Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel apologized before the city council for the police shooting of Laquan McDonald and called for reform and change. Hundreds of protesters took the city's downtown area to call for the mayor to resign. They blocking the traffic and chanting. Emanuel said he was sorry about the circumstances surrounding the death of Laquan McDonald, including the fact it took 13 months before police dashboard camera video of McDonald's shooting became public. He says holding the video is because they were protecting the integrity of the investigation.
Clearly built up distrust rather than built trust. Clearly built up suspicions rather than alleviate those suspicions.
Obviously, the protesters don't believe what Emanuel says. Now, protesters in Chicago say if they will continue to voice their opinion until the mayor resigns. Back to you, Colby.
Thanks, Wen. A concrete block was thrown through a double-pane tempered glass window of the Trinity Moscow food pantry last night. The damage to the window is estimated at $500. Moscow police are looking for a possible suspect.
The debate over guns has intensified in recent years, especially as mass shootings make the news with increasing frequency. I talked with campus officials and a gun-owning student to learn more about WSU's gun policies. Technical difficulties right now. We'll see if we can get that video up later. After the break, though, Jeremy will tell us if the weather will let up at all. Stay with us.
Can you feel the sun? Oh,
So before we go to the weather forecast, we have that video on guns on campus back. Take a look. In October, the nation mourned for the 9 people murdered at Umpqua Community College in Roseburg, Oregon, in the state's deadliest mass shooting. With so many of these shootings making national headlines, campuses around the country are reminded to reevaluate their readiness. Washington State University's interim vice president, Melinda Husky, says there hasn't been an active shooter situation in her 16 years with the university, but that WSU stays up to date with its emergency preparedness.
As soon as we became aware that there was a circumstance, there would be an immediate use of all of the sort of many layers of response that we have.
These layers of response include using the loudspeakers on buildings and WSU Alerts, a system that sends email and text messages to provide students and staff with the best possible information about the threat, as well as the recommended response. The WSU Police Department also does active shooter training with staff, student groups, and residence halls throughout the year. Many students at WSU own guns for hunting or sporting purposes. However, in accordance with the Washington Administrative Code, no student may carry, possess, or use any firearm on university property or in university housing. Students can store their firearms here at the WSU Police Station, located at the east end of the Glen Terrell Mall. Just walk around to the back of the police station and press the red button on this call box. An officer will be dispatched to help you check your gun in or out any time of day. Students should bring their unloaded firearms, as well as photo ID. The station does not store ammunition. Officers encourage students to park next to the station when dropping off or picking up their gun. About 75 guns are currently stored in the police station. Senior Stephanie George grew up around guns and is a former member of the WSU Gun Club. She says WSU is accommodating for gun-owning students, but that misconceptions about gun owners still exist.
Well, every time a tragedy happens involving guns, it's because of the person behind the gun, much like when tragedies happen with cars and stuff like that. People don't blame the car because it was the person who was driving the car whose fault it was.
George says the club teaches students how to shoot different types of guns and how to be safe around guns.
It's very important to educate people about guns and expose people to guns so they're not scared of them, but they do respect them and understand how to be safe with them.
For Murrow News 8, I'm Hannah Ray Lambert.
It looks like our administration is prepared.
Yeah, they definitely have a plan. Hopefully we never have to use it though. Moving over to weather, that wind today was ridiculous.
Yes, it was. Jeremy, what does the forecast look like for the rest of the week?
Well, we're going to be seeing a lot of clouds, but before we get to that, let's look at today's weather. We're actually experiencing a lot of warmer weather. I know it's kind of weird with all the wind going on outside, but I want you guys to look at the humidity. 81%. 81% means that there's more vapor in the air and it's trapping a lot more heat. And that's why we're having today's high at 49. Let's look at tomorrow's weather. Tomorrow we're seeing showers in the morning and the afternoon, but towards the evening the clouds aren't going to be rolling in and temperature is going to drop to 39. Now let's look at the west side of the state map. Remember when I told you there's going to be a lot of clouds? Well, there you go, a lot of clouds on the west side with the temperatures in the 50s. Even if you look at the central and the east side of the state map, you're still seeing a lot of clouds going in. The temperatures are still at 50s except for Pullman at 49. Let's look at our 5 days forecast. Friday and Saturday we're going to be looking at showers. And on Sunday, we might have a little bit of snow coming in too. On Monday and Tuesday, the clouds are going to be rolling in and temperatures are going to drop to 37, 34 with the lowest at 23 and 20. That is cold. That's all the weather we have for you tonight. Coming up after the break, find out how the Cougs did against the Lady Zags.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
After a pressure-packed sports segment, Murrow News 8's Kevin Fisher went to Altura College of Massage to relieve some stress.
Located on Bishop Boulevard, this past summer, Altura College of Massage co-founders Mandy Denning and David Osborne saw a chance to offer the Pullman community an opportunity unlike any other currently available.
We found that there was a need, especially down like the Lewiston Clarkston Valley, and even in the area, employers were excited about the idea of having a massage school and having more therapists to draw from to employ.
We don't want to just pump out a bunch of mediocre therapists. We're looking to really improve the profession, and we thought this would be a great place to do it. In terms of hours, they only meet twice a week, so it's for that full day, but it is nice to have only 2 days of class instruction. That being said, they are kind of expected to do hands-on with family and friends at home.
We're learning the human body and just the function of everything, and whenever it gets off kilter, we're learning how to help put it back in place.
If you like to help people and you want something that you can use right after you've completed your education, then massage is something that would definitely fit. With our program, it's a 9-month program. You spend 750 hours learning and really immersing yourself in massage therapy.
The Altura College of Massage is now accepting applications for its winter quarter, which begins in January 2016. More information can be found at alturacollege.org. For Murrow News 8, I'm Kevin Fisher.
He's there, he's here, he's everywhere. It's a one-man show.
Kevin, that was pretty convincing. I think we should all apply to Altura. That's all the news we have for you tonight.
Tune in every night at 7 and 10 p.m. and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.